Good morning.
Good morning.
Who expected the snow? I didn't, for sure. I thought I was absolutely in spring mode already. Well, I'm really excited to be here with you today and to share with you my experience with prayer and meditation. We've already had a lot of information about this month. We've had a lot of speakers who've talked about it, and Becca Bean started out talking to us about the importance of practice and to just do it. My favorite takeaway from Reverend Mavis Stevenson was the invitation to make my affirmative prayers extravagant and lavish. Amen to that, sister. Nancy Remkes talked about all the benefits of meditation, and Kathy Grant walked us through her experience with prayer and how it changed throughout her life, which I think is an experience that many of us can relate to. When I thought about the topic and its relevance in my life, I realized just how important it's been for me for a very long time. I grew up in Germany, and I went to an all-girls Catholic school. And I was just seeing a couple of knowing nods at the mention of Catholic school. I've heard people's experience with Catholic school here, and I have to tell you, mine was vastly different from that. I loved it. We had 5 nuns in my school. All the other teachers were just your normal, regular teachers. And those nuns really, truly came from a place of compassion and love in everything they did. These nuns put in a very special feature in my school. We had a meditation room. That was unheard of. None of the other schools had one. And whenever we would talk about it with kids from other schools and we would tell them we have a meditation room, their question was, what's a meditation room? What do you do there? And we responded with, it's actually pretty cool because whenever you have some free time, you get to take a nap. Not so sure that's what the sisters intended, but worked for us. My best friend Mel and I actually spent a lot of time in that meditation room. And one morning we walked in and one of the sisters was already there. Her name was Schwester Alma, math and chemistry. We walked in and both Mel and I sort of kind of just stopped in our tracks when we saw her. We turned to look at each other and we're like, is it still time to sort of back it on up quietly because this is awkward? It was too late. Schwester Alma had already seen us. She was so excited to see us walk in, and she was gesturing wildly for us to come join her. So we did. So the 3 of us sat there in the center of the room in this little mini circle, and Schwester Alma gave us an introduction into meditation, and she led us into a short guided meditation followed by silence. Pretty much exactly what we do here in the mornings. When Mel and I left the room that morning, we were being your typical teenagers, and the first thing we did was make fun of Schwester Alma. I wish I could say it was different. We were like all elevated and enlightened, and no. However, after we were done doing that, we actually acknowledged that this was a pretty special experience. We wanted more of it, and we knew right then and there and committed right then and there to using the meditation room for what it was intended going forward. And we did. Now, being in Catholic school, prayer is obviously a very important part of that. We didn't have to pray on a daily basis, but we started out important days in church. We had this beautiful, huge cathedral just down the road from school. And I don't know if you've ever been to any of the European churches, but something about hundreds and hundreds of years of prayer and song, you can feel it in the building. You can just feel the vibration. Even when I was a little girl, I always responded to that energy. I loved going to church, even when I was little, because I just soaked it up. I was open, I was receptive to it, and I really cherished my time in church. I felt connected, I felt joyful, I felt peaceful, and I felt a part of something much bigger that I didn't experience anywhere else. Today, I have a pretty solid prayer and meditation practice. These last few months, I've been challenged with some health issues, and meditation helps me go from resistance to accepting what is on a daily basis. What I'm experiencing is fixable, it's temporary, but man, when I'm in some of my symptoms, I can really get a little bit dramatic and blow things just a tad out of proportion. Rob has no idea what I'm talking about right now, right? Sorry. Meditation and prayer are key for me right now. Sometimes I already wake up with symptoms, or they wake me up. I'm not sure which is which, but I'm not in the best state of mind when that happens. So the first thing I do is I make sure I meditate. When I meditate, I immediately go from resistance to acceptance. I come out of victim and I step into my power. I really, truly, fully know that in that moment, all is well, and I have perspective, and I know that in the scheme of things, it really just is not that big a deal. It isn't. Try to make it that, but it isn't. Affirmative prayer helps me keep that perspective I gained in meditation, and it helps me create what I want, health, rather than focus on what I don't want. They're pretty amazing tools, and they're just really absolutely necessary for me right now. Kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, affirmative prayer, right. Affirmative prayer has been really important for me because it's helped me change a lot of what's going on up here, a lot of the negative thinking, negative wiring. It's just really helped me change things around. And what's very important to me about prayer is I need to be able to really feel it in my body and in my energy. I can't just recite words. I need to feel the truth of those words in my body so that I can create what I really truly want to create. It's key for me. Because I'm sure you've all experienced this in one way or another. It's really one thing when we get something here. It's a completely different story when we get it here. When we come from this place and we pray from here and we really truly know that it is so, there are no limits to what we can create. Things we could never even conceive of come about in ways we were never even able to think of before. It's powerful. Miracles happen. Now I know we all get really busy, right? And everybody's like, we always see each other on devices. People don't even really communicate anymore, and we constantly do. What I often wonder is, how informed is everybody's doing? Like, are we doing because that's what family, friends, co-workers, whoever expects of us? It's the right thing to do, it's a sensible thing to do, it's what we should do. Or are we doing because we're really aligned with our truth and we know that what we're doing is bringing forth our highest potential and we're creating the life that we want? Which category does your doing fall into? Is it here? Shoulds, expectations? Or is it over here? In line, I really know that what I'm doing is bringing about my best life. I'm creating what I truly want, not what everybody else wants. The amazing thing is prayer and meditation both are available to us all the time, and it's free. 24/7, we have the option to do this. And what I know about creating the life that we want and being in this category is we need to take the time to listen to our divine guidance. We need to take the time to unplug from all the noise out there and the incessant chatter in our heads and plug into stillness and divine guidance. And then we get to create what we really truly want. So I want to put out a challenge today to all of you. Those of you who struggle with a consistent practice, I want to ask you for this just 1 week. When we're done here, take out your devices, look at your calendar, and put down some time for meditation and prayer every single day this week. And look, it doesn't have to be an hour and a half of like perfect blissed out, whatever state. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I know you can spare 10 minutes a day. to connect, to listen to a divine guidance. Put it on your calendar, set a reminder. When that reminder pops up, just do it, as Becca Bean would say. Those of you who already have a pretty solid practice, my invitation to you is raise it up a notch. How can you deepen your connection? Maybe it's more prayer, maybe it's a different meditation, more time. Maybe it's as simple as setting the intention to go deeper. I don't have the answer, but what I know is you do. Why am I asking you to do that? Just take a moment. I really want you to answer that for yourself. Let's take a moment and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Really come aware of your full body. Focus on the lower half of your body. Feel your thighs. Feel your shins. Feel your legs, your feet flat on the ground. Imagine that your legs are like tree trunks, and from the bottoms of your feet, you have roots growing deep down into the earth. Let them grow 10, 15 feet deep into the earth. Feel that connection to our mother. Feel the energy that comes up through the roots into your body from Mother Earth. Now I want you to put your focus on your energetic power center, which is located about 2 to 3 inches below your navel in the center of your body. 2 to 3 inches below your navel in the center of your body. Put all your attention on that energetic spot. If it helps you, you can imagine a beautiful white warm light suspended right there in your power center. Take a deep breath into that place. This is where your creativity lives. This is where your intuition is. This is where your power lives. Enjoy connecting with that for a moment. Now I want you to drop in a question and let the answer arise in whatever form it wants to arise. Whether it's words, images, colors, intuition, feeling, it's different for every single one of us. Let there be whatever there is. And if nothing pops up right now, let that be okay too. The question I want you to ask your divine wisdom today is, what do you want me to take away from today? What do you want me to bring forth into the next week? What does your divine wisdom want you to take away and bring forth into the next week? Take another deep breath into that spot. Be present to your whole body now. And become aware of your body in the room. And when you're ready, open your eyes. The energy just shifted dramatically. Can you feel that? Yeah. This is your why. This is why I'm asking you to commit on a daily basis, just 1 week, to just do it. It's available to you 24/7. All you have to do is choose. to plug in. That's all there is. Next Sunday, let me know how it went. What was different about your week as a result of connecting with your divine on a daily basis, even more than you already are? It's been an honor to speak here today. I've had a real fun preparing this, and thank you for listening.